Hey y'all, Big E here from Texas. Another beautiful day, only it's midweek, not Saturday or Sunday. But I've been given a chicken chore, so we're out here at the workbench, and my wife would like to spread some seed out in the chicken yard and sprout some sprouts for the chicken. But the problem is, if you're a chicken owner, chickens scratch, and there's just no way to plant anything without them tearing it up. So what we need to do is create some kind of barrier so that sprouts can sprout up, and we can grow the chickens some more food. So let's get started. What we got is a hardware cloth. It's a really tight little mesh, and what we're going to do is we're going to make us a big frame about yay long, and we're going to top it in hardware cloth, and then the chickens are not going to be able to get to the seed. So that's the plan. It's not necessary to screw all of the pieces, but this is actually going to hold the whole piece together. So hopefully I don't split anything. They leave you a little spot to grab the wire. So before you start cutting something, look for it. Should be in the center of the roll. And then when you get this completely unraveled, it's going to unspool on you, so you need to be ready for it. FYI, it's a lot easier to push it down than to hold it down. So if you'll put your curl down, for me, it's a lot easier to fasten it. All right, so I stapled it throughout. I put a few screws just to ensure that the hardware cloth doesn't come off, but it's ready. So we're going to throw this in the chicken yard and hopefully very soon have some sprouts. So let's check it out. Shush. Well, y'all, it's Saturday, and I've had the barrier out there a couple of days. We've got some seed out, and time will tell, but I think it's going to work great for us. Cluck is not very happy about it, of course. He's got problems with everything. Always. But anywho, I've had some more people ask about the rest of the chicken house. They'd like to see how the rest of the chickens live. So let's do another tour. Let's finish the tour. This is the primary yard. It gets full sun. The other yard is actually shaded, probably 80% shaded, full all day long. So, in the dead of August, they can forage over there in comfort. You'll notice the netting that we have draped across the pitch there, and that's protection from an aerial attack, because it turns out everything loves chicken. So you got to protect them. Owls will snatch them up. A hawk will snatch them up. Our chicken house was actually an old storage shed that was already on the property and run down. So we fixed her up and turned it into a chicken house. If you see, we cut a chicken door in here. We cut a chicken door in on the opposite side, and those two yards did not connect. But what we have in the back is we have a little chicken run to where they can come right up to the same fence. They just can't, cross over. So we have the separation, we have the protection from the little ones against the big ones, but we still have the interaction. So which helps when you eventually put them together. So, and they will live side by side for a couple of months until the size is comparable to where we're not worried, that they can take care of themselves. But anywho, let's continue looking at the chicken coop. I told you we laid sand down on all of the floor previously in the other video, but before that we put down a new subfloor because the floor was pretty rickety, and then we went and bought a pond liner. They sell them at Home Depot or any home improvement place. It's for if you want to put a pond in your yard, but the benefit of it is that it's a super thick mill. So that is our barrier on top of the wood. So we don't have to worry about any kind of anything. We don't have to worry about them scratching through it. Honestly, if they get past the sand, it's still protected. So it cost I think it cost us almost $100 for one big, or maybe just over, but it's well worth it in the long run. So, well, come on. Now that black right there, that's the pond liner I was talking about, and then you can see the angle that we have right there at the entrance. It's just a nice barrier on the bottom, and then I have barn tin all the way around, so it's pretty secure. This is the community roost. I know, Cluck. Another waterer. This is Special Music Mondays, when they all get together and sing and have a celebration. It's good times. Well, hello. What are you doing? Are you being broody? Now, with the cleaning of the chicken coop, since we have sand, what we've done is we've just got a little piece of hardware cloth, and we've actually tie wrapped it to an old pitchfork. So you reach down and you get your stuff, and it's super easy to sift it. So you just sift out the waste and continue on. But it's one of the things that's made the maintenance of the chicken coop a lot easier. Well, come on in, Ma. Come on. You want to meet the babies? Today is the day we introduced the Chickaronas to... Sorry, Mom. They're very startly. But anywho, today is the day we actually introduced the... Shush, shush. She's brooding. And I've run her out. And you can tell she's having a fit. Well, get back up there. Elvis, have you got you a new girlfriend? She is way, way too old for you, buddy. Okay, so chickens are not real smart. So they mimic other chickens. So as soon as one starts doing something, they all start doing it. So if one of them decides to run, squeeze me, Cluck, run like Phoebe on Friends, then they all run like Phoebe on Friends. What are you idiots doing? Nobody can run normal. Everybody's got a flail. All right, everybody single file. Everybody keep it together. That's Elvis Peckley. Living the good life on the farm. Yeah, I know, Cluck. So here's a little chicken run on the back of the house. That's their little hangout. You know, they can get right there and look at all the big guys. Little Elvis. You sure are getting big awfully quick, buddy. And then we have a third option for foraging where they just come out the front. And sometimes there are certain ones that won't behave, Cluck, so they may not get foraging privileges. But anywho, so we have this yard here, and then we have the option of an additional yard. Now they will jump the fence. Where are you going? I just want a hug. Now if you look over here, that tabby, it's our resident mouser slash egg stealer. I think she's waiting on me to leave. I got my eye on you. Anywho, that concludes the tour of the chicken house. We checked out the Chickaronas, checked out Cluck and his crew, how we integrate the two, the different exterior yards. So the latest and greatest is this tarp we've added to the canopy of the main chicken yard. Reason being is it's early June. He appreciates it whether he acknowledges it or not. But early June, really intense heat in Texas. So for June, July, and August, we like to have a little additional shade on our main chicken yard. Anywho, me and Cluck appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Cluck, for interrupting, buddy.